All right, let's talk about the French horror movie Infested, the one about a bunch of spiders who end up laying siege essentially to this low-income housing thing in France. I heard that it was pretty good. It was on Shudder, so I decided to tune in and watch it. I must admit I am not impressed with it. I don't know if you could tell by my thumbnail, but I believe this movie is in its native French. Le crap. I don't care for it. I watched it sober the other day, and I'm not going to make that mistake today. So let's go through Infested. Now, there's a lot of stuff I could talk about. If I'm being honest, I don't like the characters. There's like a brother and sister dynamic. There's also wayward best friends. There's people who helped raise these people in the building. And all of that is garbage, right? And I'm sure we could go into a deep dive on that, but nobody cares about these human characters, right? It's like a monster movie. It doesn't have to be good. It just needs to be serviceable. I think the human stuff is garbage. I think the beginning of the movie is a little too front-loaded with it. I think like brother and sister, they're arguing over whether or not to keep the apartment their mom gave them. Well, I wonder what brings them together. And it's like, oh no, the childhood best friend that they haven't talked to in a while. I wonder what brings them together. I think we all know it's just going to be spiders. So let's talk about the spiders, because I can forgive bad human characters if I get good monsters. And in this case, the monsters are spiders. Arachnophobia still sticks with me, right? Most people don't like spiders. This should be a slam dunk. You put a few spiders in an apartment building, terrorize people. Should work. This doesn't, and I'll get into why. So let's start off with the first things first. This is a simple scene. They're in the Middle East. They're flipping over rocks, looking for, you guessed it right, fucking spiders. So here he goes. Got him. Spiders. Yay. All right, so they found the spiders. What's the next thing to do? Gas them out of their hole, of course. Is it sleeping gas? I don't know. It's just some kind of gas. It is left unclear. So, after they filled this with the spider hole with God knows what type of gas, what do? You put your face in it, of course. You put your face in to see if the spiders are still in there. Because that's what anybody would do. It's what any fucking smart person would do. It's genius. This guy's a fucking genius. Oh, I wonder if any spiders are still in there. Fucking gets him. So look at this guy, right? He's writhing around in agony. Agony. Spider bites him once. We see here that the spider's not even biting him anymore. It bit him like once. It's in his fucking clothes, right? It's in his clothes. So that is being bit once. That's what it does to you. It bites you once. And then his buddy, well, I won't go into too far detail, but you can probably see how this ends. So we then cut to our main protagonist, Caleb. He is with this guy who does import exports from the back of his shop, and he's like, oh yeah, there's Caleb, Captain Blonde Hair. He's like, sell me these spiders. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll sell you this spider. And he's like, sweet. And therein lies the problem. So you see Caleb fences sneakers, right? That's what he does. Here you go. You can see him with a pair of sneakers he's supposed to sell to one of his friends. Well, the storage unit underneath his apartment, there was water moisture. One of the shoe boxes gets damaged. So it's too wet to put the shoes in. He can't just give them to his friend. So he pulls the shoes out, puts the spider in the box, goes to a party, comes home. There's a hole in the box. Let me see if I can find that for you. So he can't use the shoe box for sneakers. So he puts the spider in the box, even though it's got all this water damage, which is just wonderful. So what happens? Oh no, who would have guessed? The spider climbs out of the damaged shoebox into Caleb's room? So I'll give you one guess where the spider goes in Caleb's room, and if you were to guess the sneakers, you must have seen shit writing before. So this guy goes downstairs, he takes his old sneakers and throws them away. He sits down to put on his new sneakers, and here we go. He goes to put on the very first shoe. Take a look. Oh no, he just got bit by a spider. It's going to run up his arm. He's going to kill it. And then, instead of being, I'm fucking done with these shoes, he looks down him. He looks right in the fucking shoe again. And look what happens here. Tons of baby spiders. Innumerable baby spiders. There is a dumb line later that talks about Darwinism and how when things are threatened, they can grow to adapt to their size. So they use this as an excuse to constantly change the size of the spiders from scene to scene. See, there it is. So now it's a much larger spider than the one that we initially saw. And of course, they say it's Darwinism causes spiders to grow. So fucking stupid. But wait, there's more. So they start thinking maybe they should check on their neighbors rather than evacuate, right? They're like, oh no, our neighbors could be dealing with some spider-related issues too. And so they see this old woman who they're friends with, who may or may not have helped raise them. It is ambiguous at best. And there you go. Whole bunch of spiders just come flying out of her body. Wonderful. So they're going to show a few more scenes like that with other people in the apartment where just spiders come flying out of them. It's absolutely ridiculous. So the spiders continuously get larger and larger throughout this. Like every time they see them, the spiders are just slightly larger. I hate it. It makes no sense. How many generations of spiders exist in this movie if they keep getting progressively larger? Because they said you have to breed in order to have them grow bigger and bigger and bigger. All right, this is one of the dumbest parts of the movie. So this is much later into the film. You'll notice that spiders are just absolutely fucking everywhere, right? This is a storage space at the base of the stairs. This is where like all the sneakers and stuff are kept. And on the other end of the hallway is an exit to the parking garage. Now you'll notice here this is a timer switch. You turn it on and it lasts for a minute, right? They're like, how do we get to the other side? It's important to note at the beginning of the movie, they established the timer on the other side by the parking garage doesn't fucking work. It just doesn't fucking work. So you need to use this timer. Look at me pointing at it like a fucking moron. I'm pointing to it. You can't even see it. It's too many of these. Whoops, just hit the mic. It doesn't matter. The timer doesn't fucking work. So you have to have one person stay back, they say, and use it. My advice to them, knowing the other one doesn't work and you're not sure whether or not the exit on the other side of the garage is even unlocked, you have one person hold this and one person go down to see if that door works. Because at this point, we're going to find out the most crucial element of the spiders. That when the lights go off, the spiders are active. When these fucking indoor lights are on, it makes them docile. That's right. They say the spiders won't act in direct light or artificial direct light. Again, I'm pointing like a fucking moron over here as if you can see it. Even though these spiders started in the fucking desert. The very first thing we see from these spiders, they're in the middle of the fucking desert. So yeah, they can operate in direct sunlight, but oh no, artificial light's too tough for them. It's like, no, absolutely not. It's so stupid. So they're looking down this hallway, and I hate this, right? Pay attention. You see all the cross weaving? Look how many webs from this thing go across the hallway. They want to carefully, slowly walk down. Look, we're watching the spiders. We're watching the spiders. Like, there you go. Like, they're literally walking across this hallway. So you can walk as slow as you want, but you'd have to duck under everything. They're like, oh, the spiders they'll only see us when there's light out. It's like, they don't know how spider webs work. The moment you fucking walk into one, the spider's gonna be like, oh, there he is. Let's go fucking get him. But no, they don't fucking do it. They end up doing this stupid thing where it's like one person will stay back and hold it and everybody else will rush to the other end, right? So they go to the other end and then it's like, they can't get out. If they had sent one person ahead, they could have seen that the door was barred. There's police on the other side. They're not letting anybody get out. But instead of that, they send everybody to one side and they all just patiently wait. And so now, of course, what do? You have to run all the way back in the dark. And they're like, oh, no, this is terrible. How do we get out of here? So they're like, oh, light. We have this bag of like fireworks that we confiscated from someone earlier. Maybe this will work. Maybe this will prevent the spiders from attacking us. The one guy is like, let's test it. And he throws a firecracker out. Oh, and all the spiders are frozen. That was it. Firecrackers are like flashbangs to these fucking spiders. So stupid. But wait, it gets worse. As they're trying to escape, like their Roman candle thing runs out. And this guy, this fucking genius, yeah, right here. He's like, I got an idea. I'll burn these spiders out. So this fucking guy takes this Molotov cocktail, which is just, by the way, in some punk's backpack. Like, what were they going to do with this, these anarchists? Throws it. Look at this. Oh no, the spiders can go on the fucking ceiling. They can climb on the fucking ceiling. Like this fucking moron, right? So not only does he throw a fire into a small space, he forgets that spiders can fucking climb. Are you kidding me? This is like the dumbest fucking movie. And look how big these fuckers are getting. How many generations of spiders does it take to make a spider like the size of a fucking, I don't even know anymore. I've lost the will to even think about the fucking logic of this. So then they run through. Yeah, so after those fucking geniuses throw the Molotov cocktail and it just doesn't fucking work. Surprise, surprise. They're like, we'll go to the roof. We'll escape on the roof. It's like, great. You set the basement on fire, potentially. Climb higher. That's genius. You're not going to find a window to go out of. They're implying that the police have cut power and all exits are blocked. So the police come in now and they find them like, were you bitten is the first question. So now you're like, oh, the police are in on it. They know that there must be some kind of fucking spider thing. So what do? They just said, no, check us out. Everything's fine. Now they get into a fucking fist fight. They get into a fight. Look at this. Look at this dumb fucking movie. Yeah, great fight. So then they wake up in the parking garage, the place they were trying to get to when they were told, no, you can't come through. So why did you barricade the door to the parking garage if you were just going to go in and pull them out anyways? Let them come into the parking garage, keep your guns trained on them, assess them there. And you're like, assess them there. So they're all sitting there and they're like, this is BS. Why would you do this to us? Everything's messed up. Wham. So after all that, were you bitten? They drag the one guy out who's clearly fucking bitten. Again, this is a problem because now not only are the spiders larger, and therefore you think like maybe like their poison or venom sac would be larger, but like, why would they bring him out of the building? Why is this guy still alive? Like, why would they pull him out? Like, so if they were just going to like it doesn't make any sense. Why is this guy out of the building when he was clearly bitten and they can clearly assess that? I mean, it's not like it's subtle. It's like right here. Come on. Why pull him out? Why? It doesn't make any fucking sense. How is he even still alive? These spiders should have been killing people left and right. I just don't fucking get it, man. All right, I'm backtracking a little bit for this next point, but it's going to prove a bigger point here. They're running up the stairs. They know light's going to stop them. Right here, this is a hand crank flashlight, right? So as he runs, hand cranks the flashlight, stops him. Take a look. You see that? Let's go back a bit. Hand crank flashlight, stops him dead in their path, right? That's a hand crank flashlight. If I can be a little more repetitive, I think I will. So now we're going to jump to, all right, the guy who was bit behind the ear, he decides he's going to sacrifice himself by making a big display. He runs and tackles a guy into the hallway, which is where all the spiders were. That stupid hallway scene that I hate. So now all the police are like, uh-oh, where are spiders? Oh, there are the spiders. Why is this an issue? So these police officers have tactical flashlights, and they're very clearly shining them into the stairwell. We just saw the hand crank not work on spiders, yet these don't work. As we just saw, the spiders come rushing out. Look at that. Oh, and look, and there's even like another glowing light here, which we just saw stopped them before. It doesn't make any sense. They've broken their rules about how the spiders work, and they keep getting ridiculously large. And it just ends on an even worse note. Hold on, let me jump to this. Let's see this ending, because this is garbage. So here they are. They jumped into a car, and they're trying to drive out, and he's like, brake. Now, what could be so dangerous that it makes them stop their car as they're trying to escape? If you guessed a giant fucking spider, you are correct. Why the fuck would you stop? Hit it with your fucking car. Hit it with the fucking car. Right? Oh no, can't do that. It's too big. Whatever. So then he goes, get this, he steps out of the fucking car, right? So he goes, he's getting out of the car. Okay, why not? Because that's a smart decision. You're in the car, the spider can't get in the car. You're going to walk out, stand next to the car. It's mesmerized by the high beams. So you figure as long as it's staring at the light, it's got to be okay, right? Not only is he outside the car, he's standing closer to it and he says, turn the lights off. What? You just said the lights paralyzed him. So what happens? Turns the lights off. Look at that. Look at that. It's fucking right next to him. And what does the spider do? Oh, it fucks off. Fucks off. And for all intents and purposes, that's the end of this movie. Like, it doesn't even make, like, they couldn't nail down any of these spider attributes. How many generations have to create a spider the size of, like, an engine block? It just doesn't make sense. Oh. Honestly, this is one of the worst movies I've ever fucking seen. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I watch a lot of bad movies, but I'm usually able to find some form of, like, entertainment from it. This was terrible. This was just an absolute fucking nightmare. The spider stuff doesn't make any sense. There's some character stuff, too, like I was saying, that I'm not even going to touch on because it's so flat and dumb. Because, like I said, we won't care about the human stuff if they give us good spiders. They don't even give us good spiders. There's no scenes of tension in this either, because it's like... They don't ever have like a scene where it's like it's from the spider's point of view or like it's something slow and menacing. Everything's so quick. It's like that shoe. Like the shoe scene is every kill in the movie that we see, because a lot happen off screen. It's like the shoe. It's just like, oh, boom, it's over. Oh, spider runs, it's done. Like they didn't even try. I mean, somebody will say, oh, it's not that bad. It got in my head. Well, you know what? Telling people that there's a spider in their house gets in their head, you know? Like, this is, you have to show us something. You have to give us something to latch onto. And like I said, it's never going to be humans, because we don't care about humans in monster movies. We just don't. I mean, for the most part. But you got to give us good spider logic. This movie would have been way better if we had maybe like five spiders, right? And they're all running around. They're doing different things. We have different theaters of action for the spiders. When one gets killed, we know there's 4. When you have hallways and walls full of spiders, that's so many spiders. That's too many spiders. Every scene then loses tension because it's like, turn the corner, there are spiders. These people should have been dead a million times over. They should have been dead so many times just because of the sheer number of spiders. That hallway scene that I was ranting about. You can't walk from one into the other without passing through a spider's web. They're going to know you're there. Oh, but they had lights. No, the lights are the dumbest thing. The dumbest thing. They don't stick to their established rule that the spiders work just fine in lights. Everybody should have been dead. It would have been a much happier movie if everyone had died. Don't watch this fucking thing. It's trash. It is such trash. This movie's so bad it makes me want to watch Rebel Moon again. Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I'm not doing that. If you liked Infested, please try to explain to me why, because I literally don't get it. I 100% don't understand it. I didn't like the spiders. I don't like the characters. I think everything is kind of muddy looking in it. This guy who directed it is being given the next Evil Dead movie, and now I'm concerned for that, because, like, oh boy, if you can't get spiders right, bud, how are you going to get deadites right? Anyways, that's all I got for this. It's I got a lot more bourbon to drink, so I'm just going to go do that, so... Anyways, if you stuck around, thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.